Hello and welcome to the special edition of Left, Right and Centre on a day when the Maharashtra impasse continues yet again into one more day, and we're not clear now when it will be broken, with the BJP keeping both its suitors guessing. No word yet on whether it will opt to go with the Shiv Sena or with the NCP, even though, as NDTV broke the news, the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray personally making overtures to the BJP yesterday evening, but BJP leaders telling us that they are not entirely convinced about the Shiv Sena's intentions. They want to keep all their options open, and we'll have to wait and see exactly how that fascinating story unfolds. But let's now get straight into our debate as to what the BJP's options are, why it's taking time, and is this the politics of opportunism and the politics of convenience that is being played out in Maharashtra. I'm joined by Bharat Kumar Raut, former Shiv Sena MP, senior journalist. Joins me here Sujata Anandan, political editor of the Hindustan Times. Also Swapan Das Gupta, leading columnist, joining me from New Delhi, and Anand Gadgil, spokesperson of the Congress. We'll have more key players joining us in a moment from now. But if I can just bring you in, Swapan, first, and ask you that what do you think is the BJP's strategy at the moment? Because yesterday Uddhav Thackeray called Narendra Modi, he spoke to Amit Shah, he spoke to Devendra Fadnavis, he spoke to Om Mathur, and he said, look, let's put the past behind us, let's try and move forward. Now, this is perhaps as much of a climb down that one would ever see from the Shiv Sena, but the BJP didn't exactly respond with enthusiasm. Why do you think that is?
Well, I'm not sure why you say that there's been no reciprocity. You know, the whole business of forging a coalition after a somewhat messy separation, albeit a temporary estrangement, involves some healing. And that process is going to take some time to do that. There are sticky details which are there. I personally believe, based on whatever information I've been able to cull, is that the weight of opinion within the BJP parliamentary board seems to suggest that they are not inimical at all to having a relationship with the Shiv Sena once again. Now, obviously, the details will have to be worked out by people who are on the spot, and that's not something which involves policy. So that's something which will be worked out by people both having formal talks as well as back channel. And I think the processes are going on. So it's just a matter of time rather than any impasse or a crisis.
Right, okay. Crisis is perhaps too strong a word, but it's certainly an impasse. But Bharat Kumar Raut, Shiv Sena telling us that nobody from the BJP has contacted them so far, formally, informally, nothing. Despite, as I was saying, this very strong overture from Uddhav. Is the BJP basically just keeping Shiv Sena on the tenterhooks now and saying, look, we have all the cards in our hands, we're going to play this exactly as we like?
I think BJP is playing it easy as far as Shiv Sena is concerned, because perhaps BJP feels that Shiv Sena cannot go anywhere. Where does it go? It has only two choices. The choices are very narrow. A, it joins BJP government, or they sit in the opposition.
Yes.
I think that is they are taking Shiv Sena for granted. On the other hand, though Shiv Sena and Uddhav Thackeray and his other people, they were making all bravado about what had happened. Uddhav himself has, as you said, made quite few attempts.
Yes.
He has spoken to Modi, he has spoken to Amit Shah,
yes.
And now I think the ball is in BJP's court. So BJP has to come forward and give some proposal. And that's what Uddhav has said. Let the proposal come in, then we'll discuss it.
But then again, in the morning you have the usual Sena editorial saying that there is no Modi wave, it is all surf, and that there's been this mandate in Maharashtra, it's a fragmented, anarchic mandate. People should think about this mandate. Again, this policy, Sujata, of the Shiv Sena speaking in these two tongues. On one hand, trying to strike a conciliatory note. On the other hand, this constant taunting. That surely doesn't help, does it?
No, it does not help, but I think it is also a deliberate tactic, I mean, to kind of raise its own bargaining powers and also beat the BJP down a little bit, because, now it is very obvious they broke their alliance on the issue of who gets to be the chief minister. Clearly, the Shiv Sena doesn't get to be the chief minister now, I mean, so there's no question. Yes, of course, the BJP, if they do go into an alliance with the Shiv Sena, they might very readily give them the job of the deputy chief minister, but then it also depends upon what are the departments and portfolios, I mean, so I think even the Shiv Sena is driving a hard bargain there, but a conciliatory move has to come from somewhere, so Uddhav has made it.
You were saying that this is now a scenario where the Shiv Sena, I mean, even this question of deputy chief ministership, because, that was the 1995 formula. But people in the BJP are now saying that, look, this is not 1995. The numbers in 95 were much more even between both sides. There was a difference of, I think, only about 10 seats. But now there's almost a double the difference. And so there's a strong chance that they might not even get deputy chief ministership. So
They're
in a very hard place.
Yeah, they are in a hard place, but then the BJP, I mean, will need to be a little generous in victory and will have to give the Shiv Sena a face saver. Because after all, I mean, after the bitterness of the campaign, Uddhav Thackeray has climbed down. He has called up all the BJP leaders. He has made overtures,
Right.
I mean, so I don't think there's any harm in the BJP extending a hand, walking the extra mile and giving them the deputy chief minister.
Okay, well, let's actually go live across to Rajiv Pratap Rudy, a senior BJP leader who's been closely involved in the Maharashtra campaign. He joins me from BJP headquarters in Mumbai. Thanks very much indeed, Mr. Rudy, for joining us. Just first of all, to understand, sir, that you've been in meetings all day with other leaders of the state. Where have matters reached? Because now results are over. The entire state, the people are watching anxiously. Are you moving now towards taking a decision on outside support from the NCP or the Shiv Sena?
Well, let's make a few things very clear. For claiming the post of the chief minister, there is nothing contingent to it, because the mandate in Maharashtra is for the Bharatiya Janata Party and we are 123. Almost short of around 18 to 20 seats, because there are a few others who independently would like to support the government. So, we have to be very clear that this mandate is for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and for the reason that today, if you look at the mandate in Maharashtra, we have won, the number of seats won is more than what we would have actually got in alliance. So, it's a phenomenal victory.
No, but
yes,
Mr. Rudy, you are still short. I mean, when you say mandate, you have the single largest party position, but you are still short. Now you have to make a decision. I think it's fair to expect an answer from the people of Maharashtra.
Yes.
Which way are you inclined? Yes. And how long will you take to make that decision?
So this is a very important decision. And first, I would like to use this platform to tell that it's a phenomenal victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party. In just 10 days, when we used to contest 119 seats, we jumped to contest 257 seats plus 31 and getting the candidates in place and contesting the elections. And it's been a phenomenal elections, with almost the logistics being expanded 3 times. And we are there. And the government is to be appointed shortly. And of course, the single largest party gets the invitation for formation of the government. Now, the second question comes here. How do you prove your majority? Yes, we all understand that in this process we need a majority to run the government, but that happens later. And as you can see that possibly we have been hearing statements, I'm not privy to the exact conversation, from both the sides, whether A party or B party, because all the political parties in Maharashtra are reconciled to the fact that they cannot form the government. Now what happens next when they are not able to form a government? Government has to be formed by the Bharatiya Janata Party. How? Well, it's a very big question, and as you may be aware, and you spoke about it yesterday, that the parliamentary board, because BJP is not a regional party, it's a national party, it has a national leadership, and the decision-making process is also vested in the national party, where the parliamentary board has to take a call. Now, the parliamentary board met yesterday, the Prime Minister was all. Yes.
But the parliamentary board has had a meeting. And subsequent to that, there have been developments. I also just want to welcome on the show, by the way, senior leader Kirit Somaiya of the BJP. Thank you so much for coming all the way here to our studio. And also Clyde Crasto, spokesperson of the NCP. Kirit bhai, you had now...
No, please, Srinivas, Kirit is a good friend of mine. Once I'm over,
he is completing, but I can also ask you because you've just joined us.
No,
both of you, I'm sure, will have the same perspective.
Leaders, your space is I'll request.
No, I want to ask you then, Mr. Rudy, since Kirit Somaiya is directing towards you. Let me ask you a direct question. That the Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray has called Narendra Modi, he has called Amit Shah, he has called Devendra Fadnavis, he has called Om Mathur. The ball is in the BJP's court. What is now your hesitation in responding to his overtures? Is that not good enough?
Whose overtures? I couldn't hear you what you were saying. Whose overtures are there? Mr. Srinivasan,
Uddhav Thackera's overtures
are you talking about? Where? About to whom?
He called the Prime Minister, he called Amit Shah, he called your state president, he called Om Mathur.
You see, and, yes. Now let's come back to this question. Yes, I've heard you.
The nature, I mean, in politics, this is as close as you get to an overture.
I'm coming back to you. Now, when you say that they have made an attempt, I would not be privy to that conversation. But presuming so, you said, I was just coming to a point that this decision of what is to happen in Maharashtra was discussed in the parliamentary board. Now you stop me there, don't allow me to complete. The parliamentary board comprises of people who are the topmost, including the Prime Minister, the President, the former President and the Home Minister and so forth, senior leaders. Now they decided something. They decided that Mr. Rajnath Singh ji, who is the Home Minister of India, along with Mr. JP Nadda, who is the General Secretary and a senior party colleague of ours, would visit to elect the leader of the house here in Maharashtra. That process is on B. In between, there could have been discussions inside the parliamentary board as how to muster the majority. Now, these two are very critical decisions, and these are very two critical inputs for it. Now, we actually, whether it is Kirit or Rajiv Pratap Rudy,
you've had a chance to explain at great length the process that the BJP has taken. We are actually aware of that process. I think now what the people want are something more concrete in the nature of answers as to which way are you inclined. Because today, after all, isn't it, Kirit Somaiya, that today you were supposed to elect your chief minister. That was on the schedule. Rajnath Singh was supposed to come, but that was cancelled.
Who says? Who was it?
Why was
who says today was the time schedule decide?
Yes, Kirit bhai, go ahead.
You are trying to, because you can't take answers from me, you are trying to get Kirit. Kirit will answer it independently, but I would like to confront you. Who told whom that Mr. Rajnath Singh was supposed to come here for the election process? Who told you this? And that it was talked of. Where did it happen?
The state BJP told us that there was a function here at 3 o'clock. Okay, then let me at least bring in some others into the discussion, since you're saying that...
Who said so? I'm amused.
You're saying that the BJP has a right to take its own...
No, because I'm the state in charge.
But can I just put it to you, Clyde?
I would know.
Yeah.
No, yes, I'll let you know. What I wanted to say at 3 o'clock, all the MLAs who got elected, they came for a celebration. They came to give inputs, information. We met, they were received at the party office. But when was this meeting authorized, which Mr. Srinivasan Jain came to know? None, even Kirit would agree with me. So there was no meeting. So please don't say Rajnath Singh was supposed to come, he did not come. He never planned his visit so far. That has to be decided yet.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to argue with you on that point, because otherwise we're not moving forward. We're just going over procedural details which we already know. Clyde Crasto, have you heard, has the NCP, after your rather surprise offer to the BJP, have you heard from the BJP at all?
Well, no, we haven't heard anything from them at all. We've just expressed, our desire to support them from the outside, and now it's for them to get back to us.
And you're still standing by this decision?
Absolutely.
You feel that there's nothing contradictory about your decision, even now, 24 hours later, supporting a party who you fought in this election, who has called you corrupt? You still stand by that decision?
Yeah, see, I like to just bring it back again, saying that, that the only reason we are supporting the BJP from the outside, there's no conditional support at all. We just want a stable government for the people of Maharashtra, because they deserve it. Okay, they have voted. It's unfortunate there's no single largest party
But
with the mandate.
as their political rival, it's not your responsibility.
No, why not? But why not?
I mean, tomorrow,
Why-
if the BJP is short of numbers in the centre, is the Congress party's responsibility to support them? That's a really strange logic.
No, you see,
isn't it?
it may be strange, but you have to understand one fact. We've raised our finger and we've decided to make sure that the people of Maharashtra get the stable government. Now, it is clear in front of all of us that the BJP is the largest party, though they don't have a clear mandate. But somebody needs to support them for the people. So it's the
They
people
have
that
other
we're looking
options.
at.
They don't necessarily need you, Kirit Sumaya.
leave it to them.
Yesterday, when I was
them.
bringing up BJP, NCP, you jumped down my throat. You said that this is absolute rubbish. Subsequently, we saw what happened. We saw the NCP come forward with its offer. We saw your leadership not rejecting it outright, saying they're going to consider it. It is still something which is under consideration. Is that something which you think is worrying and is sending out the wrong signal, that the BJP is even mulling the possibility of taking support from a party which you've described as corrupt through this entire campaign?
I think you are trying to put in between the line or something in our mouth. There is nobody had discussed or debated or considered anything. What is the situation today? There are 5 segments, 5 sections. One is BJP, Shiv Sena, Congress, NCP,
Yes.
and then there are small individuals around 20.
Yes.
I asked a question to Congress leader
Yeah.
in another debate, television debate. How many alternatives to today? One, BJP form the government. Second, Congress, NCP, Shiv Sena come together. This is the second scenario. And third, go for another election. So now Congress made it very clear that we can't go with Shiv Sena. So there are only 2 alternatives available now.
You could go with Shiv Sena. That's the end of the story.
Just a minute. There are only 2 scenarios. One, BJP form the government. Another, go for re-election. Now, what the governor has, as per the constitution,
Yes.
governor is likely to invite the single largest party. We are almost near 125.
Yes.
We are very much sure for Modi's good governance, for the vikas of Maharashtra,
Yes.
there may be MLAs who can support
Yes.
the good program. Now here,
Including
if
NCP,
BJP
will you count them as a party that of
See,
good governance?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
We were there in 15 years in assembly. There were good bills came. There were good proposals came. Maybe from Congress, NCP. Though we were fighting against that government for the good proposal, we voted for the bill. Now,
No,
the
but you
BJP
called them
wait a minute.
nationalist
BJP is
corruption
going to
party.
Form the government. Just a minute. BJP is going to form the government, and we are hopeful that we will run a good show.
Sujata Anandan, is this an explanation that the people of Maharashtra are going to buy?
Well, what the political leaders cannot say, and they really cannot say because, they are now just kind of, waiting it out. But see, the way I look at it, and to tell it like it is, I think NCP is buying insurance from the BJP by offering this unconditional support. Nobody offers unconditional support, and least of all, you have been the incumbent government for 15 years.